Hello there, welcome to the kitchens of the Fatted Calf. My name is Feargal. I am co-owner with my wife Fiona. We've been supplied by John Stone for the last 20 years pretty much with all our beef and lamb. Today we're going to be cooking some fillet tail, which I think is probably one of the best cuts you can get. It's a very versatile piece of meat. You can use it for steak sandwiches, stir fries, warm salads, lots of different applications. So for this dish we're going to have some fillet tail, some beautiful portobello mushrooms, some baby potatoes which we've cooked and halved, some rocket and beetroot, some balsamic reduction, parmesan, thyme and garlic. Okay, so your fillet tail comes pretty much as you see it there. Very little trimming on it, maybe a little bit of white fat to come off, but not a whole lot at all. What I generally do is take the small piece at the back off and we keep that for doing like chili beefs or stir fries or anything like that. Okay, so we're going to start cooking our steak. So we have our seasoning, we have our portobello mushrooms, potatoes, some butter, some crushed garlic, thyme and our steak. We haven't seasoned our steak because the salt sometimes can dry it out and the pepper when it burns can get a little bit smoky, so it's not terribly good. So we've preheated our pan to nearly smoking. Then we just pop in a little bit of veg oil. Just get our steak so that a bit hotter. I'm going to sear the steak on all sides. Just keep on searing it and searing it. And when we're happy that it's cooked enough the way we want it, we're going to pop in the butter, the garlic, the thyme, and then baste it for a little bit longer. Okay, she's starting to smoke now, so we can pop it in. So then the important part is, first of all, don't burn yourself because it starts to spit. And secondly, don't move it, don't agitate it. Just let it sear. You want the natural sugars in the steak to come out and start to caramelize on the outside. So as you can see, the steak is caramelizing nicely in the pan. We're not turning it, we're not rattling the pan, we're just leaving it on the direct heat to continue to brown. As you can see, it's starting to caramelize nicely. So we're just going to, same thing again, just leave it to brown, leave it to brown. Adjusting the heat if you feel it's getting too hot. So we're still just gently turning it. As each side gets brown, we turn it a little bit more. Okay, as you can see, she's beautifully seared now. So what we're going to do is we turn the heat down a little bit. We're going to pop in our thyme and our garlic. And then we're just going to baste our steak in the butter for a couple of minutes. See all that beautiful Irish butter just bubbling away there. And use that to baste our steak. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take our steak off. She's nice and beautiful and rare. Just going to let her rest for probably about 8 minutes. So then while it's resting, I'm going to fry off our portobello mushrooms which we've trimmed. And our beautiful baby potatoes, lovely Irish baby fingerling potatoes. This is what I call one pot cooking because you're only going to use one pot or pan. Okay, so as you can see, we've been sauteing off our portobello mushrooms and our baby potatoes. They're getting a nice little colour and they're getting some nice flavours from the thyme and the garlic. Our steak has been resting for 8 minutes, so what we're going to do next is we're going to carve the steak and plate up. Okay, as you can see, our meat is rested, our mushrooms and our potatoes are nicely browned, so we're just going to plate up now. Very simple dish. So we're just going to pop a couple of mushrooms on the plate. Two, 3 pieces of potato, or as much as you want really. And then in another bowl we have some wild rocket with some beetroot and beetroot leaves. So we're just going to carve our steak So the grain runs top to bottom, if you know what I mean. So we're going to carve against the grain. Okay. So nice sharp knife, nice rare steak. Perfect. So you just arrange on top of your mushrooms and your potatoes. Then we're going to get our rocket. A little bit of reduced balsamic vinegar that we're just going to drizzle on. A little bit of seasoning on our steak, a little bit of Ackle Island sea salt. And then some Parmesan in our leaves. Just a little toss for them. And that's it. Pan-fried fillet of Johnstone beef tail with portobello mushrooms, baby potatoes, wild rocket and Parmesan.